Beneath 2 miles of crushing Atlantic darkness rests a relic of early luxury, a 1912 Renault automobile, entombed in steel and salt. Once a symbol of wealth and progress, now it lies silent, its frame devoured by rust, its beauty erased by time. Yet even here, under the cold, eternal pressure, faint glimmers of its lost elegance still breathe within the silted gloom. Scattered through the cargo bay lie splintered wooden crates, the forgotten bones of trade and ambition, their contents long vanished, their purpose lost to the deep. Each warped plank and rotted joint tells a story of motion frozen, a whisper from the ship's working heart, now buried beneath layers of golden silt and drifting dust. Once alive with motion, the machinery bay now sleeps beneath centuries of corrosion. Rusted gears, twisted wrenches, and shattered steel lie tangled in silence, the tools of industry reclaimed by the ocean. Every bolt and blade carries the ghost of labor, a memory of human hands that once shaped and powered this steel cathedral. The massive anchor chains coil like sleeping serpents across the silted floor, each link sculpted by rust, each curve wrapped in coral and dust. They once held the great ship steady against the tide. Now they anchor only memory, sinking deeper into the eternal stillness that time has poured upon the wreck. Here, broken shafts and gears mark the heart of the ship's logistics, a place once filled with motion and rhythm. The conveyor now lies still, choked in rust and silence. Golden dust swirls through the ROV's beam like sparks from a forgotten furnace, echoing the mechanical pulse that once fed the world above. Dozens of bottles rest quietly in the gloom, their glass dulled by salt and time. Some still shimmer faintly as the ROV's light passes, revealing fragile beauty preserved in decay. Once symbols of elegance and celebration, these bottles now stand as fragile toasts to memory-silent witnesses to the voyage that never ended. A heap of collapsed crates marks what was once a trove of fine leather. Belts, trunks, and satchels, their soft craftsmanship now reduced to brittle fragments. Each buckle and strap holds the faint echo of craftsmanship and commerce, now surrendered to the slow patience of the deep. The coal hold remains half filled, the black dust of industry spread across the seafloor like ash. Each lump reflects faint glints of gold under the ROV's beam, relics of the power that once drove the Titanic's beating heart. Here, the ship's energy sleeps silent, scattered, yet still strangely radiant beneath the abyss. Bolts of fabric drift gently in the still water, their colors long dissolved into shadows. Buttons and clasps glimmer faintly through the haze, the only reminders of what once clothed human warmth. Each thread waves softly in the current, a ghostly dance of textiles that will never again touch light or air. This chamber once rang with the clang of tools and the rhythm of repair. Now, corroded spanners and gears lie dormant under a veil of dust. The ROV's light reveals them not as relics, but as monuments to endurance, metal forms slowly merging with stone, bearing silent witness to a craft long forgotten. Stacks of porcelain lie shattered beneath the silt, their pale glaze turned green-blue with age. Once gleaming with Edwardian refinement, now they rest as fractured fossils of elegance. Patterns of roses and vines still linger beneath the dust, whispering of tables set and dinners never served, the quiet poetry of luxury lost to the deep. Here lie the remnants of thousands of letters, words, once meant to reach loved ones, now silenced forever. The mailbags have rotted away, leaving only wax seals and drifting fragments of paper. Under the golden beam, faded ink drifts like ghostly veins, a final trace of voices that will never be heard again. The backup generator stands silent, a corroded monument to the power that once coursed through the Titanic's veins. Coils of copper gleam faintly beneath layers of green oxidation. Once alive with motion and heat, it now hums only with the resonance of the deep machinery turned relic, energy turned memory.
The ROV reveals a landscape of rust, eaten away by a century of salt water.
A shattered crate marked fragile. Glass spills its contents into the abyss. Broken shards glint like stars in the ROV's soft beam, their edges glowing gold through the haze. Among the fragments, coral and seaweed entwine like delicate lace beauty, reborn from destruction, a quiet symmetry between ruin and renewal. Bent tin cans and faded labels lie scattered in the silt, silent echoes of human sustenance. A faint logo, OXO, emerges beneath the corrosion, its letters dissolving like dust. These remnants of daily life speak softly of routine and survival, now preserved in an oceanic tomb where no hunger remains. Stacks of lumber rest in stillness, darkened to near black. Once destined for construction and creation, now they lie as quiet witnesses to decay. Each plank carries the scars of time, pitted, hollowed, alive with the pulse of the sea. Through the drifting haze, the wood glows faintly, as if breathing one last memory of warmth. Split barrels lean in silence, leaking hardened trails of oil frozen in time. The thick black residue shimmers under the beam, reflecting faint gold through the haze. Around them, coral and silt weave new patterns of life, turning industry into art, a transformation born from the ocean's slow, eternal hand. An overturned handcart lies forgotten, its frame twisted and consumed by rust. Loose cables drift like ribbons, swaying gently in the current. Once a tool of labor, it now stands as a symbol of stillness, a quiet sculpture of decay and endurance beneath the crushing calm of the abyss. The cargo lift descends into infinity, a steel throat swallowed by darkness. Chains hang motionless, the air replaced by silent water. Dust falls like golden rain, vanishing into the void. It is a vision of depth without end, where light, gravity, and time themselves seem to surrender to the deep. Beneath the drifting haze rests a wooden carriage, its wheels half buried in silt. The ROV's light glides across the frame, catching faint glimmers of iron and decay. Once a vessel of movement and grace, it now sleeps motionless, a ghostly echo of travel, its journey continued only in the silence of the sea.